What's up, YouTube? It's been a little while. I guess maybe a couple of months since my last update. This is Big Mike. A lot has happened since the last time I was with you, which is the reason for the delay, of course. If you see me looking over here, I have all my notes, things I want to say. Obviously, I can't remember everything, so I'm going to be making 3 videos. Because if I just put this in one video, it would just be too much. It would take me probably half a year to upload it to YouTube, but it's better to make 3 short videos than to have one long one. I do want to say I apologize for not updating sooner. I think my surgery date was November 1st of 2015. My last update was November 5th. And today's date's January 7th. All right, let me refresh my screen here before it goes black. So yeah, as I said, a lot has happened. I went back and I had to go back and watch some of my previous videos to catch up and remember, what exactly, I left you with. But I think it was a complication that had to be resolved with a low-grade fever and some concern about bleeding at the drainage site. The last time we spoke, I had started antibiotics, a medicine called Augmentin. That resolved itself. The fever went away in just a matter of days, and that was a non-starter, thank God. So that never had to go back into the hospital or anything like that. So post-operation complications were nil. My dad passed away on December 15th. So on December 4th, I flew back home to Florida to be with my family, and I was there for the whole month. I came back on New Year's Eve, just about a week ago, 8 days ago. So obviously, I needed to, to be home for that and to, be with family. So let's see, numbers. That's the reason why we're here, right? Numbers. I think my starting surgery surgery weight was 311.5 pounds. As of this morning, I am 252 pounds. So that's almost exactly 60 pounds in 10 weeks. So that's obviously not going to continue at that rate. I actually hit some stalls along the way, some plateaus, especially being home. The weight just dropped off in the beginning. I mean, at an alarming rate. I was concerned that I might have a gallbladder problem because of the fast weight loss. I've read the stories. But then it started to taper off when I got into the high 260s. Almost the entire time I was in Florida, which is a month, I was 267, 265, 264, right around that range for the entire 3 weeks or 4 weeks. But then toward the end, started coming off again. I left Florida at 261 or 260, something like this. And here it is a week later, I'm 252. So had a pretty significant weight loss this week. Exercise, I haven't even really started it yet at all. I haven't gone to the gym, haven't done any walking outside of normal daily activities. If you hear me coughing or whatever, whenever I'm here during the winter in Israel, I always get sick. Everybody gets sick. When I'm home in Florida, I never get sick. So the whole month I was there, nothing. I came back here, everybody's sick. It's rainy every day. It's cold every day, and just there it comes. So I can feel it coming. Stalls. Let's see. Blood pressure medications. 2 weeks after surgery, they were gone. I had no need to be on them whatsoever. I found out the hard way. It got to be a habit. I was on 2 medications, Ramipril and Norvasc, twice a day. So I found out the hard way. It got to be a habit to take that little pill every single morning, and it got to be about 10 days after surgery, something like this, 2 weeks, and I took my blood pressure medication, and I, hopped on the bus to work. Of course, here in Israel, everybody takes the bus, and along the way there, I just started getting real lightheaded, breaking out in a little bit of a sweat all over my body. I was standing on the bus, and it got to a point where I really felt I was going to fall out. I was just going to faint, So it got to a point where I had my hand on my pocket. I thought maybe I need to call an ambulance or something, and that takes a lot for me to have to do that. But the concern was there. So I ended up getting off at some random bus stop, just to sit down, and the minute I got off that bus and I sat down and that cool air hit my forehead, whatever, I started to feel better. Within 20 minutes, I was, okay. So I told my doctor, and he goes, man, come off that medication. You were hypotensive. Your blood pressure was coming down. You took your medication without needing to take it. And my surgeon warned me about that. Refresh screen here, sorry. My surgeon warned me about that right before I was discharged after my surgery. He goes, listen, you might have to cut your blood pressure meds in half going forward, because you can run the risk of becoming hypotensive. It's very common. Didn't listen. It was just a common, normal habit, just to take that little pill every morning. So that's it. 2 weeks later, or 2 weeks after surgery, no medications at all. So that was the top 10 item, I think, in my top 10. And I'm going to make a video. I'm going to revisit those top 10 things I wanted to see happen after surgery. I think that was on that list. So that's check mark there. So not bad. My diet. The month before the month after surgery, I was here. I hadn't gone to the U.S. yet, and I was really, strict on the, watching what I ate. There's not a whole lot I could eat. I was still in that pureed food stage, liquid diet stage. But toward the end of November, beginning of December, I found I could start eating some solid foods. And so while I was away in Florida, there really wasn't any emphasis on any kind of diet. I ate really what I wanted. It's just you couldn't have much of it, chocolate, fried wings, chicken wings, or whatever. You name it. Anything I could have, with the exception of bread. Now, I haven't had any bread or much carbohydrates at all to begin with. But basically anything that I had before surgery, I'm having now. Just can't have near the amount. So the diet, I haven't really been, hawking my diet that much. But there's really not a whole lot, big amounts that I can eat. So, and if I try to eat too fast or too much, my sleep will tell me. And we'll get into that in just a minute. Airport food. I have a little note here to talk about airport food. On the trip to Florida, I found that, I was hungry. I couldn't eat much on the plane. They gave you this chicken breast with tomato sauce on it. Later on, you got that big omelet, dry, powdered eggs, I guess it was, omelet. I couldn't eat anything more than a couple of bites of either, and I was hungry at the start of those meals, but when I got to the airport, I actually got a sandwich, but I just ate the meat from it. I left the bread, one of those airport sandwiches with that much meat, sliced deli meat and the cheese or whatever. That was good, Drinking during eating, I don't do much of it. I'll have a sip every once in a while, just kind of wash it down if I'm eating something light. But I found that you can back up what's in your sleeve and your esophagus if you drink while you're eating. You get a really bad feeling there as far as reflux or frothing, and I'll get into that in a minute. That's basically what I had for the first video. When we get into the second video here, I'll talk about frothing and getting nauseous and throwing up. We'll talk about some other things as well. But you see, I got my hair back. Last video, it's kind of a different look, but it's, grew the hair back a little bit now. I actually had a full beard as of about 4 days ago. I shaved it. So, as white as this is, my hair here, the beard was white here. And then it was dark here, like this. Here, it was a weird look. It was like a skunk, So I said, you know what? Save the beard for when I'm 60. And it's all one color, or maybe next year it might be all one color white. Who knows? Anyway, that's what I have for now, YouTube. This is sad, but it actually took me a while to remember what my email was for this channel, because this is a dedicated channel on YouTube just for this purpose. There's no other videos on my Big Mike channel than these sleeve videos. So this is not my primary email that I use for communication. It's just for these videos. I actually forgot what it was, so I had to go back and do a little digging, and I actually, discovered what it was. But leave your comments. Don't forget to like, if you can. The reason why I'm doing these videos is because they were a big help for me. A big help in the beginning when I was doing research and whatnot, and I found all these videos of other people who has, got the sleeve procedure done on YouTube, and they were a real big help for me. So I kind of wanted to pay it forward a little bit. Maybe there's somebody who can gain value or insight from these videos, and you know what, that's what I received when I was looking at them. So that's it. I'll not upload this right now, but I'm going to go ahead and close this out and then start undoing literally in about 1 minute. So see you in a bit, YouTube. Thank you. Big Mike signing off.